And I say, all right, here's a line, and you're really kind of hungry. I want to go to the store and get a sandwich. That's great, but can you slow it down? I want to go to the store and get a sandwich. Well, I didn't tell you to change the inflection. I just wanted you to slow it down. I want to go to the store and get a sandwich. No, see, I didn't tell you to do that at the end. I just wanted you to slow it down. So knowing what you did first, even if it's wrong, will allow you to then make a change. I've had actors in the booth where I've said, that was great, but can you do it again that way? And they go, I don't know what I just did. Well, I didn't make you do anything. I gave you the line, I gave you a little direction, but you need to know what you just did so that we can work together to do it. So don't just act in a, throw stuff out there. And also be adventurous. Sometimes you'll surprise a director. Sometimes they'll say, do the line like that, great. Now, do what do you feel? Do something on your own. You bring something to it that I might not expect. And you can be creative with it, but also remember, would anyone say it like that? Or would anyone do it like that? It's one thing to be creative, it's another thing to go like, well, who speaks like that? That's a strange choice. So let's say you're working with this coach, and it's a great coach, great theater teacher, who really understands how to give you direction, and you're starting to learn how to read copy. You're starting to learn how to say things faster, say things slower, say things louder. It stress a certain word. As if any of you are singers or even just musical, you'll find that is such a help in the voiceover business. People who don't really hear music that way have a hard time when you say, can you go for that word and not that word? They don't understand that inflection is pitch and moving your voice. It's not louder, it's not softer. It's, I don't want to go to the store, or I don't want to go to the store. It's all about pitch. And I've worked with some very talented actors who don't have that ear, and things become very monotone. But the ones that are singers get the stuff like that, and they also get the pace. They also get, can you do it a little quicker? Sure, because I know what I just did. I can, if that's the tempo I was just doing it, I know how to do that faster. I know how to do that slower. Or syllables. Can you put a break after these two words and then do those 4 words? Got it. Put a line right through it. I got it. I know how to do that. So that's a big help if you're musical at all. So you're working with this person, you're starting to get a little bit of the give and take of the directing that's going on, and you're saying, good, and they say, we should start doing a demo reel. You're sounding great. We should start recording some of these things and putting together a small little teaser of what you're able to do. What I tell a lot of the people that I coach is, make me a list of what you think you can do. And I'm talking dialects, I'm talking some character voices, if that's what you do. If you don't, that's cool too. I've got a lot of voiceover friends that just do their thing, just their voice. They're great actors, and they don't really know how to sell the copy, or even in cartoons, that's the voice they play. That's what they're known for. But if you think you can do some interesting characters or some great accents, they've got to be fantastic. Because if you think you do a great British accent and it's not great, I can name 50 people that do a better one than you. If you think you do a great, Southern dialect, I go, well, which Southern state are we talking about? Can you do Texas? No. Are you doing North Carolina? Or you really know what you choose? And then, instead of being a sort of jack of all trades, be a master of what you do. So it might be, I do these 5 things really well. I thought I did these 10 things really well, but I really do these 5 things really well. And bring those to your coach or your teacher and say, I want to try this Southern dialect thing. I want to do that. I think this would be great. Okay, good. And I want to do this British thing, and I do this funny little boy voice that I can do. I do a great little thing, or I do this good old man voice. It's very funny. And I also want to do something that's dramatic, like maybe like a PSA for don't do drugs, like something that's like a narrator thing. Well, narration reels are different than, see, I'm sort of positioning the conversation as the in would be a commercial approach. Narration is a different story. Narration is, you need to maintain that voice and that energy for long chunks of time. And a narration demo reel is like you can do 4 minutes of, here's a minute of me reading something, or audiobooks. I do audiobooks as well. Here's a long section where a commercial, an agent or a casting director who's looking for commercial voiceover work, will not listen to that. They do not want to hear that. The audiobook people and narration people, they want to hear that. They'll listen through that. But commercial people want, give me 10 seconds of that, good, great, I hear what you can do with that, good. Oh, here's something up in energy, that's great for another 5-6 seconds, good, let's move on to something else. They want to hear that what you do, and boom, we're done. My commercial demo reel is 1:10. That's it. 1:10, it's probably got 15 things on it. Okay? And you listen to how it's cut together, and you listen to what you put next to each other so that it sounds like you have more of a range than you do. If you only have one voice that you use, but maybe one's you can use a little more energy, or you can be a little bit more serious. It's sometimes the production that also helps sound like you've got more range than you do. You put music behind the dramatic piece. Maybe the up-tempo one, you're out at a ball game, and there's sound effects in the background. And those little tricks of the trade, when you cut them all next to each other, you're listening and you go, oh, he does that. Oh, and he can do that too, that's cool. Where if you just took all the production away and you just listened to the voice, if it was just straight voice through the whole demo reel, you go, he does one thing. That's it. Not that that's bad, but the tricks of the trade with the production help show that you have a little more range. So, teacher says, or the coach says, you know what, man, you're doing great. I want to record you. We'll do some fake spots. We'll put together a demo reel. It'll be great. It'll be X amount of dollars. If you do that in a class situation, like if this whole group right here were in my voiceover class and I said, okay, we're going to start doing demo reels. You're going to come up, you're going to read something in the class, and we're going to record you, and I'll give you some direction, I'll give you some input, we'll get some critique, and then you'll do some things. And at the end of the whole class, I'll put together all these pieces and give you back your demo reel. That's mistake number one. I know people that teach like that. That's mistake number one. That's not how I collected my elements. I didn't work in a group situation, in a class where you're supposed to be able to make your mistakes and learn from them. I did that in a session. I had a recording session with my director or with my engineer, and it's one-on-one, or maybe there's 2 people in the room, there's not other actors in the room, and those were finished commercials that were, then I collected them and cut them together. So you should be recording your demo reel in a one-on-one situation. That coach should take you to a studio and work one-on-one with you so that you can really focus on the work, and it's not the watered-down version of a class situation. You know, it's just, I know some people teach that way, but I just don't feel you as the student benefit from that one-on-one input that you would get in a real session. So then let's say you go one-on-one. I've taken the best of the class, and we're going to do some recording. We go to a studio. You learn how to work on the microphone. You learn how to work with your headphones so that you don't put them on in front of the microphone and cause feedback and blow the speakers and get the engineer to never want to see you again in the studio. Little things, just understanding the dynamic of what it means to be, I'm in the booth, I'm ready to go, got my script in front of me. Great thing about voiceover work is I can dress like this to go to work.